Welcome to Waffle TV. If this is your first time watching us, this is a platform where we simplify, we demystify, and we exemplify elementary mathematics for your understanding. Today, after looking at or rounding up decimals in our last lesson, today we are going to be looking at something new, and that is significant figures. By the end of the lesson, we should be able to identify and to write numbers to the number of significant figures indicated. There is something very important to take note of as far as this is concerned. In significant figures, zeros on the right end or the left end of a number are not considered as significant. However, if the numbers are found in between the natural numbers, they are significant. For instance, in A here, if you are asked how many significant figures are in this number, we count 1, 2, 3, 4. Because this 0 is at the end, it's not considered a significant figure. So here we have 4 significant figures. In B, 0.0032, there are only 2 significant figures because these zeros are found at the end. And at this end, we don't consider them to be significant figures. So there are 2 significant figures. The third example, here the 3 first zeros are in between natural numbers, but this 0 is not. So we don't consider this one. We consider 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Here there are 6 significant figures. So this is how we can count the number of significant figures in a number. Also to take note of is when counting to a number of significant figures, first thing to do is count one more number than required. The next thing is if the last digit counted is below 5, then you maintain the last significant figure you've counted. But if the last digit you've counted is equal to or more than 5, you add 1 to the last significant figure you've counted, or you increase it by 1. What do we mean by this? Let's go into the practice so that you can understand exactly what we mean by this rule. A says write to one significant figure. There are 2 digits here, and they've asked us in the rule to count one more. So I'm writing to one significant figure, and here I'll count 1, 2. My eyes fall on the last significant figure, which is 4, and 4 is less than 5. Therefore, we are going to maintain our significant figure, which is 1, and this becomes 0. So it will be 1, and this 4, 0, since it is not up to 5. Roman 2, to one significant figure, I count one more. So I'll count 1, 2, and my eyes fall on 0. This automatically will be suppressed. If this is not up to 5, you don't add anything here. We maintain 1. Here, you maintain 0, and these ones we change to 0. Remember, these zeros are not significant. So here in this, we have only one significant figure. Let's look at the third. To one significant figure, these are not significant figures, so we don't count this. We just count 1, 2, and our eyes fall on 7. 7 is more than 5. So we are going to add 1 here to 9, and 9 becomes 10. So we're going to take 1 again and add this way, and our answer will be 0.0. This becomes 1, and these 2 zeros. Remember, at the end of it all, our final answer has just one significant figure. Let's correct this to 2 significant figures. We are going to count one more than required. We'll count 3. 1, 2, 3. This is our concern. 8 is more than 5, so we are going to add 1 to 4, and our answer will be 6, 5, and this 8 becomes 0. Here we have 2 significant figures. The next, we count 3 more. 1, 2, 3. And 7 is more, so we add 1 to 8, and it becomes 9. So our final answer will be 9, and this 9 as well, and the rest are zeros. The next, we count 1 more. Instead of 2, we count 3. 1, 2, 3. Here, 5 is more, so we're going to add 1 to the previous. It becomes 4, and this is 6, and this 1.00. Here we have 2 significant figures. Correct this to 3 significant figures. We follow the same rule, and here we count 4 significant figures and check the 4th digit. So this will be 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 is less than 5, so we're not going to add anything here, but we suppress these 2 to zeros. 1, 2, 3, and this suppressed. So these are 3 significant figures. Here is where we have a trick, and you have to follow up with this. We are correcting to 3 significant figures, so our eyes should fall on the fourth digit. And this fourth digit is 9. Here is 9. We're going to suppress this. It becomes 0. We add 1 here. When we add 1, it becomes 10. So we suppress it again to 0 and add 1 here. You add 1, it becomes 0. You add 1 here. And if you add 1, it becomes 0. 1 comes in front. Instead of this, we are going to have 10,000. Take note of this. The number has changed completely because when we add 1 to the previous number, it becomes 10, and you cannot write 10 in between. So you keep rounding up until you have 10,000 instead of 9,999. The last one, you count 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And the fourth digit is less than 5. So we are going to suppress everything from there and maintain the first 3 significant figures. That is 87.0 and the rest 0, 0, 0, 0. Our final answer here is having 2 significant figures because this 0 fall in between is significant, though it fall in between. And if we were to count our number of significant figures, it will fall on 0. And the number that follows is 1, which is less than 5. So we've suppressed it and everything here has changed to 0. So this will be our final answer. And if you've learned something today, this is what we had for you as far as significant figures are concerned. Do not miss our next lesson. We shall be talking about decimal fractions. See you then. Ciao.